Gamers, it has been a minute, but we are back for another big, juicy account review. And hey, I'm gonna get right to it. This account is going to be, from what I've heard, an absolute train wreck. A homie needs our help badly. They need to get their account going. They're a late game player, and I mean, they want to save this account. This is their first account ever, and they said it is so down in the dumps, and they need our help to help revive it. But I'm gonna let them tell you guys just how bad it is. But homies, thank you guys for watching the vids. Thank you for supporting the channel. Let's get in to Sumi's account review. Here we are in Sumi's account, and I always ask every player to introduce themselves. So Sumi says, "Hiya, I'm Sumi. I first started playing during Sumeru on the Nihita Yoimiya banner from the recommendations of friends. Been a hardcore addict ever since. Love the story, love the world, and the TCG."
You what?
Well, dude, I can already see something that's, you know, might be making your account a little bit weak. However, this is my first gacha game ever, and I didn't look into any guides until about 8 months ago. So this account you're about to see is full of mistakes. I really tried to fix the account with guides and joining the Eakes community, but I ended up getting overwhelmed just to make a new account altogether. But I'm here, and I'm dedicated to revive this dead account. Beware of what's to come. Oh my God. Dude, how bad can it be? How bad can it actually be? All right, so here we go. Not a ton of Fontaine characters. We've got Risley, Lynette. Well, you get Lynette for free, but okay. Sino, I see Sino. Yai Miko. Raiden. Ooh, yeah. Not a ton of characters, but they are AR-55. That's not crazy high. So this kind of makes sense. All right, so here we can see all the 5 stars in action. We've got Child, Yai Miko, Raiden, Sino, Diluc, and Chi-Chi barely even leveled. Wow. So honestly, and Rise is level 1. Holy crap. Not a lot of limited 5 stars, but as you guys know, I say it time and time again, that ain't the problem. We got some goats. We got Kuki, Diona's solid, Kale is solid, Xingqiu's level 1. Come on. Where's Xiangling? Okay. Whew. That was close. That was close. So, dude, looking at the characters here, they're not too bad, but like, there's just not a lot, but that's fine. We can make it work with what you got, my friend. But Sumi wanted to say one thing about why they are here today and why they are gonna show off this train wreck of an account. They said, "I'm willing to reveal my train wreck account for the good of the people, to show newer players some big pitfalls you might fall into, and to hopefully show that we can turn it around." Baby, let's go, Sumi. Hey, very admirable of you to not give up on your first account, your baby, your pride and joy. And dude, we're gonna find a whole lot of flaws in here, and I really do hope that we can set you on the path to success, my friend. The first character on the list is Tartaglia, Child. Sumi did say that Sumi's favorite characters are Child, Bennett, Razor, Yae, Raiden, and Sino. So we're gonna try and build some teams for our dude, and obviously I want to keep his favorite characters in mind so that homie can clap the game with his favorite characters. So I just saw he's on Viridescent Hunt, which isn't bad at all. It's only level 80, which is, you know, whatever. Artifacts. Okay, this is the guy's favorite character, and I already see a 4-star instructor goblet here. But I'm gonna say this right now. We are not here to roast Sumi. Maybe we're gonna have some laughs, but at the end of the day, our homie is here showing this account that they told me they were quite embarrassed about. I told them, you don't have anything to be embarrassed about, dude. Seriously, it's just a game. We're here to help, my friend. 4-piece Heart of Depth is not too bad. Constellation 2, dang, not bad. And then talent levels are, what is that? 10, 7, 7. Hey, so let's take a look at Bennett now. Bennett is on Akiva Vonia, as we already saw. Fantastic. 4-piece Noblesse. Dude, honestly, his stats probably don't even matter that much. Constellation 6 is active. I'll keep that in mind. Nothing wrong with that. Just something to note. Talents are great. I hate having to do the math, but 5 is such a weird number. No, it's not. Yeah, it is 5. Yeah, I'm just gonna say 8, 10, 12. Let's take a look at Xiangling real quick on Favonius Lance. So do we have the catch? We do not. Look, I hate fishing as much as the next guy, but like, it's pretty good. I do see Staff of Scarlet Sands, Deathmatch, not too bad. Artifacts, we're also on Noblesse, +6. Okay, we're pretty early into the review, and these are the characters our homie had at the beginning. I gotta lower the expectations here, I think. C2, okay. And then talents are fine. Sucrose is on sack frags, cool. Viridet's a veteran on all 4-star pieces. Yo, tell me they're Eleanor Mastery at least. Okay. Some of them are. All right, Yai Miko, one of the homies' favorite characters. Level 90. Kagura's, wow, let's go. Maybe we shouldn't go. Maybe we should go, actually. Jean, Fab Sword, Noblesse. Lots of Noblesse on this account. Talents, 666. Okay, Sino, he's on Scarlet. He's got no artifacts. He's Constellation 0. 4-4. Ride and talents are all right. She's on Deathmatch. She's on Gambler, dude. Gamburu. Okay, I'm just gonna do it now. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Here's the screen that I've been dreading to look at. If we do some quick arithmetic, 27, I could have counted that wrong. 5-star artifacts. I mean, and how many of them are level 20? Less than half. That's tough, man. That's tough. So honestly, look, let's go back to a big thing that I asked Sumi. I pretty much asked, where'd the resin go, homie? Where did the resin go?
The resins.
And our dude said, randomly into character and weapon ascensions, some I didn't even need. Whoops. Yeah, man. It is a little bit of a oopsie daisy. So is there really 0 fragile resin here? There ain't a single fragile resin in sight. Nope, I can't even eat the cake. So let's take a look at the weapons here really quick before we start, you know, breaking this down too much. Kagura's Verity, fantastic for Yai Miko. Akia is great on Bennett. Staff of Scarlet, awesome weapon. Skyward Pride, I think is a lot better than people think. Skyward Atlas is fine. Now, 4 stars are extremely important. R5 Fav Lance, love it. Okay, Sack Frags. Hunt, great weapons. Fav Sword is here. Sack Sword is here. Fav Bow is criminally underleveled, in my humble opinion. We do have a stringless that's also pretty underleveled. Now, you may not have characters that need stringless right now, so I do get that, but there may be a reason that we want to level that up a little bit later, okay? Thrilling Tales. We don't even have a Thrilling Tales that's maxed out. At least we have an R5 one right here. We've got the Favs. We've got some 5 stars, and we got a couple battle passes. If I'm gonna be honest, that's all you really need to succeed. So dude, weapons aren't too bad. So normally in these account reviews, I really do get down and deep into the builds, the talents, the artifacts, all that kind of stuff. But for a review like this, I think we saw pretty soon that these characters just straight up aren't really built. So if I'm gonna be honest, I think we need to figure out all the team comps, the viable characters we have on this account, and really start constructing a path to success from there. So let me cook. So I went through all the characters again, and check out these teams that our dudes got. We've got the level 1 Risley. I'm sure they're very new. Maybe they just weren't playing on this count. Logged in, picked up Risley because he's cool, and then dipped. Good Risley, kind of melt damage stuff. Obviously pretty solid. Now look, Raiden Shogun and Yai Miko, 2 fantastic Electro DPS characters, some DPSs as well, more Yai Miko. But yeah, you could run some aggravate type thing like this, but here's the thing is we've also got Child National, but then I looked at Sino aggravate, which is great, and then I put this one as Hyper Bloom teams, okay? Because Sino, Raiden, and Kuki can all be Hyper Bloom drivers with the GOAT over there who's level 1, I gotta say, man, criminal, Xing Cho. Okay, so we've got Hyper Bloom, we've got aggravate options, we've got 2 national options. So that is actually only 3 teams when you really think about it. So let me I got ahead of myself. This is the 4 stars tab that I think needs some love, okay? Beto does so much damage in certain situations. So I will probably put her at the lowest priority out of these characters. She is C0. She is a lot stronger once you get her to C2. Makes her burst do a lot more damage. But dude, I still think she's a great character overall. But Toma, dude, this guy, so freaking good. I think most people know he's not good because he's a pyro shielder. He's good as a Burgeon driver, okay? You've got characters like Kale, like Xing Cho, that are creating blooms, and then Toma with the normal attacks is shooting his little fire, blowing up the Burgeon seeds. Boom, boom, boom. You stack Elemental Mastery on Toma, and you can really blast through Abyss floors with transformative reactions, even when you have low like investment characters, right? Everybody on the team can be weak, but if Toma's got a lot of elemental mastery and you're making seeds, you can straight up start popping off. So I genuinely see Burgeon as a team that could help this account rise from the ashes, okay, if you catch my drift. And then Kale. Look, Kale is no Nahida. I get that. And you do already have Dendro main character, but Dendro slaps. We want as many Dendro characters leveled up as we can get because they just make it work, dude. They just go crazy and cause so many good reactions. I think Kale is criminally underrated. She applies a good amount of Dendro when you want it, where you want it. I respect her a lot. So Kale, definitely want that. And then this is Fischl. This isn't Kujosara, this is Fischl, okay? Fischl is a free character. As long as you save your Masterless Star Glitter, you can buy her from the shop. I'm not sure what months she appears in. Editor, throw that up on the screen, please. But guys, Fischl is one of the best characters in the entire game. I say it time and time again. Consistent, high electro damage. Her Ascension 4 makes her do even more freaking damage. She generates a lot of energy. She fits on every single team. Fischl is goated. I'm definitely going to recommend saving up some glitter and picking her up from the shop because she works on all these teams. Aggravate, Fischl's the GOAT. Okay? Hyperbloom, Fischl is a godlike final slot on Hyperbloom because she doesn't get in the way of the Hyperbloom reaction because Oz doesn't really hit the seeds, but she's there for Electro Resonance and big damage without messing up the Hyperbloom. So Fischl, GOAT character. So with all the characters that, you know, we've put into these teams and the ones that I've recommended that we should level up, look, we now have to come up with a plan of how can we make these characters as powerful as we possibly can through good artifact, you know, farming and resin usage as a whole. I'm talking talent, ascensions, but most importantly on this account is artifact. So coming back to the teams real quick, Thundering Fury, godlike Razor team comp. Pretty much, I've talked about it in a lot of videos before, but this is a Burgeon team comp where Razor's autos are infused with Pyro so that he can pop the seeds on field, but because of how his burst works, the Electro coming from his burst pretty much makes it so the enemy has Electro on them more often and all this kind of stuff that pretty much allows you to generate seeds without messing up the reactions through Pyro auto attacks. It's very interesting, but you can pretty much run Burgeon Razor. Dude, I'm glad we found another team that uses some of your favorite characters. Next up, I want to really hone in on talent levels that I think need to be addressed right now. So I know Cyno is one of your favorite characters. Cyno's burst is the most important talent because it like literally directly affects his normals with the infusion and whatever. So definitely we should go, like, you can stay at 4. I would go 4, minimum 6, and then we should aim for 8 for Cyno's burst eventually. Raiden is at 666. A talent level spread like this, totally fine. But like we do strive for greatness here in this stream, okay? And so I would probably say get her burst to 8. Razor talent levels actually don't matter for Thundering Fury, so don't need to worry about that. Kuki talent levels also are important, but if you do want to heal as much as possible, you can raise her skill a couple more times. Coming down to the characters that are low level that I recommend, right? Kale. Now, the thing I like about Kale is she applies Dendro, yes, but she can do a lot of damage. Like, people really do underestimate just how much damage she does. I would probably get her talent levels up. If you do plan on using her, you don't have to follow my advice, okay? But like, I would get her to 166 just so that she is, you know, contributing to the team. But then Toma, if we are using him for Burgeon, you do not need to touch his talents. It's actually a waste of resources. You just don't need it. If you're serious about using Risley, I would definitely recommend getting his talents to like 666. Right? I'd probably stop with the burst because a lot of people don't even recommend that you click it because of the long animation, whatever. But if you're going real deep into your Risley investment, I'd probably go 886. And then finally, Xingqiu, you don't need to touch the normal attack, but his skill, the damage adds up and it raises the damage reduction. So definitely I'd go to 6. And burst, I'd go to 6, but this is such a godlike talent. I would eventually get this to 8 and even further beyond, but we're not gonna look that far into the future just yet. As we've said multiple times to this account review, the artifact grind farming regimen is what's really gonna resurrect this account. So let's get started first with everybody's favorite domain that Xiangling's standing in front of. It's a rainy day, okay, feels bad. Emblem of Severed Fate. Emblem, godlike artifact set. Chat's already dropping the emblems. I respect it. But here's the thing. Xiangling, the GOAT, on field right now. Emblem of Severed Fate is her best set. Raiden Shogun, emblem. Xingqiu, emblem. If you do end up using Beidou, she also uses emblem. So that is 3 extremely integral characters on your team, that's not including Beidou, that want emblem. And then the 2-piece is Shiminawa's. And dude, being a 2-piece attack set is extremely versatile, and Child can use the 2-piece attack fantastically. Emblem is going to be a big priority, but I think there might be a different domain that might actually be even higher priority. So here we are in Sumeru in front of the Deepwood Memories Gilded Dreams domain. Let me get it started right off rip. Sino enjoys Gilded, okay? I do think Thundering Fury is his best set, but it's just a less efficient domain to farm, so I'm not gonna recommend it right now. Razor, one of your favorites, who's extremely viable on the Thundering Fury team comp, wants Gilded, okay? Because you just want as much elemental mastery as you can on Razor. Kuki, Hyperbloom, Gilded. Yai Miko works fantastically with Gilded. And then going into Deepwood, Dendro main character wants Deepwood, and Kale wants Deepwood. So here's what I propose. Starting out with Deepwood Memories and Gilded Dreams. Deepwood pieces don't have to be of the highest quality. You are going to get value out of the artifacts. Like, let me show you. After elemental skill or burst hits an opponent, doesn't even have to be a reaction. Targets Dendro res, lowered by 30. It's just like Viridescent Venerer, where it shreds the resistance of the element. It's good to go. I think you should keep going into this domain until you have an okay amount of artifacts. And what I do recommend after that is after you've got, let's say, 1, maybe even 2 very bare bones, decent Deepwood Memories builds for DMC and for Kale, you're pretty much done with Deepwood. You don't need to really focus in on it. I recommend Energy Recharge Sands for DMC. That's probably gonna be one of the biggest things you could get. But now, this is a big thing. Everybody listen up who may not be an expert artifact crafter, whatever. So the strong box exists, right? Here we are in front of it. You can take your old 5-star artifacts that you have. Here's Thundering Fury, right? You could put these guys in. For 3 artifacts, you can get 1 piece. The strong box is very useful for late game players, but I think for you, a player who has a lot of work to do, I do not want you to focus in on the strong box right now. 5-star artifacts are very valuable as EXP for your other pieces. Maybe you want to go into the strong box here and there. I can't stop you, but genuinely, if you have this stigma, if anybody out there has a stigma about using 5 stars for EXP, I want you to get rid of that. There, Yai Miko just bonked you on the head for even having that thought. Dude, it's very useful. I highly recommend it. Let's farm and level up pieces. And one other huge piece of artifact advice, I am extremely passionate about this one sentence right here. This is my straight up mantra of artifact farming for any level of player, okay? If it is your only piece, it is your best piece, okay? What I mean by that is, when you go into Deepwood and you get that feather with like crit rate, energy recharge, and then defense, you may be thinking like, oh man, doesn't have crit damage, no elemental mastery, I'm not even gonna roll this up. Dude, crit rate, great stat for Favonius weapons, energy recharge, fantastic on all the Dendro characters that wanna apply Dendro. That is a solid artifact, dude. If all of these characters had some dog water artifacts on them, but they were 5 stars, and they were level 20, and they were useful set bonuses, I'm just gonna tell you now, that would be way stronger and way more useful than what you have. And the thing is if you get upgrades for those pieces eventually, after weeks, months of farming, doing well, you know, upping your account, just replace them, dude. I've had people with no artifacts, legit just like none, like this, and they're just like, ooh, no double crit, well, dog shit. Look at this. I would borderline use this on my official. Straight up. If I had nothing, attack. I'm locking this shit for you, bro. Bruh. Okay, you meant flower. Sheesh. Hey, you got one good piece here. It's even got attack percent too. Okay. Ignore everything I just said in the last 5 minutes, man. Dude, you're good to go on artifacts, my dude. Let's go clap that Abyss right now, actually. Sumi got a higher CVP than a lot of players. Lamau, yeah, what the f? It's not even locked? Oh my God. 25% defense. Not bad. Dude, Goro's gonna go crazy with this piece. Hold up. Going back to the regimen off the tangent, okay? Gilded Deepwood. Farm it until you've got a nice little, collection. Emblem, I think, is next for Raiden, Xingqiu, Xiangling, and the 2-piece attack for pretty much any damage dealer on your account. 2-piece attack, really good, really flexible. But now, I'm talking months down the line when you eventually have a good, foundation and it's strongbox time. I always recommend Viridescent Venerer be the first priority. It is an unbelievably strong artifact set that I genuinely think every single account in Genshin needs to have it. Like, they need to have at least one good set with Element of Mastery, Element of Mastery, Element of Mastery. But dude, honestly, I think 2 is should be everybody's goal for two teams of the Abyss. We saw you have Sucrose and Jean, throw them both on a decent VV set on 5 stars. The Elemental Mastery base stat makes a big difference. And then after, let's say you got VV set up, the only one I can see out of the characters you have right now is Thundering Fury. If you want to take your Sino to the next level, and it's just not an efficient domain to farm. So if you want to really crack out your Sino with Thundering Fury, you could start spoiling him with that. Maybe Heart of Depth for your child, but I'm hoping that in a couple months, you've got your child on a good 2-piece foundation of attack, maybe Element Mastery, something like that, because you get Gladiator all the time and you get Wanderer's Troop all the time just from farming bosses. So Sumi, homie, after all of this, my dudes, I think the biggest hurdle that you're gonna have to get through here, it's just straight up, dude, having patience. This account has got some great characters. And yes, the artifacts are in an extremely rough state. But dude, farming artifacts is a thing that just becomes your normal, everyday, late game, part of your schedule. And it's gonna take a while. I just spent all that fragile resin on Chiori, and dude, I barely got anywhere, man. It was like 3 months worth of resin. All I'm trying to say, takes time, my friend. You can do this. We can totally bring this account back from the dead, my friend. I believe in you. Just be patient. And my dude, come back to the stream and ask any questions you have. I think a lot of us, myself included, but the Eakes Geeks here, we are rooting for you, my friend. We don't want to see your baby, your first ever account, the account that made you fall in love with this game in the first place. We don't want to see it, disappear. We want to see it revitalized, reborn as a beautiful phoenix, my friend. He says, I'll update the community with the account as I grow it. We would love that, dude. Absolutely. So that, my friends, is another account review in the books. Sumi, I genuinely do believe that you can turn this account around. I think anybody could turn the accounts that you have around. It's just going to take some patience. So, dude, I'm rooting for you. Everybody here is rooting for you. You've got this, okay? I want to say shout outs to the Eakes Geeks in the stream. As always, hanging out with your boy. We are live minimum 5 days a week, sometimes more. I would love to have you come drop a follow on the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, please drop a sub, that like, that comment. You already know the deal, but it helps a lot. And of course, shout outs to the patrons who help make these videos possible. Zik, Lancy, Junon, Wolf, who else we got? A Spangle, Rats. I appreciate you guys over on Patreon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But guys, with that, I'm gonna go. The Abyss video's coming out soon. Look forward to it. I'll see you guys later. Peace, everybody.